Hey guys, it's Nicole here from Ford Know How. Today I'm going to show you how to use your screen in your new Ranger. I am using a Wildtrak today, so we do have the 12 inches. Makes it really easy for you guys to see. So we're going to show you how to set up your phone in the information center as well, so you can use your wireless CarPlay. So I'm going to turn on just the accessories by not putting my foot on the brake and just pressing the start button. You will notice quite a few warnings will pop up to let me know the doors are open, but we just got to get through that. So the first thing that everybody does when they hop into their new Ranger is sets up their phone. So you've got two different options. You can set it up with your wireless, or you can set up a cord with your USB A and C chargers. Today I'm going to show you how to do it wirelessly. So to head into your Bluetooth settings, you hit these 6 little dots on the top and head into your phone. You want to add device.
Search for your vehicle on your device and select it once it is found.
So you need to find your Ford Ranger in your Bluetooth settings on your phone. Clicking that one will prompt a pin.
Confirm that the pin displayed on sync matches the pin displayed on your device.
You want to allow it to view your contacts, so click allow.
For your safety, please stay alert to changing road conditions and use Sync's voice-activated features while your vehicle is in motion.
And then to set up the wireless CarPlay, just clicking Use CarPlay on the prompt on your screen. And then over to your Ranger screen, you need to click Enable. And this is all happening wirelessly from my phone over to the screen, but this is Apple CarPlay. It is virtually the same for Android Auto as well, and I have done a separate video on how to use the Apple CarPlay in a previous model, so all of that does jump over to the new model. So now we are in wireless Apple CarPlay, so you can pop your phone on the wireless charger down here. And this will show you whether it's charging or not. You can also change the size of your CarPlay. So I've got it in large mode at the moment, but there is a smaller mode if you want more of the factory options on the bottom there as well. And that'll just reduce the size of the screen. Apple CarPlay enables you to be able to search through your Spotify playlists without ever having to use your phone while you are driving, so it is a little bit safer to use if you are using Spotify, Apple Music, or any other streaming service as well. You can also use Google Maps, which will integrate from your phone when you search an address and pop it straight up onto the screen so that you can navigate to where you need to be. But different to previous models, if you don't want to use your Google Maps and you want to use the navigation that is already set up from factory, you can still use that one while having your car connected. So to use the factory navigation system, you can just search in where you'd need to go. You can set up your home, your work, you can explore places that are around the area. It will load up all of your recents, and you can save a few favorite places as well, whether it's the gym, whether it's your best friend's house, so that you can instantly go there without always having to type in the address. When you do have a route set up in the navigation system, it'll also give you the prompts of where you need to go and where you need to turn left and right on your cluster behind your steering wheel. So heading back up to your options at the top, you can also listen to your radio while you are driving around. So the car does come with AM, FM and digital radio already in there. When you head into your digital radio, you do have all of your options listed down here, and you can pull that up to see the rest of the options. You can also do a search of all of the stations by clicking just that little search button in the top corner there. When you are driving around, if you really want to go from mix 90s to CADA, you can use the buttons on your steering wheel, and clicking that back button here will take you to the radio station behind it, and then pressing the front button will move it forward to your next preset. If you want to find a station that isn't saved into the system, you can use the plus or minus button to have a search through them as well. So if you are connected just with the Bluetooth on your phone, you can still use your phone. It will still give you all of your calls. It'll give you your contact list, your recent calls, and you can still use your voice activation to search things and send text messages as needed. To listen to the Bluetooth music from your phone, you just click the Bluetooth button over here and it'll show you what music you're playing from your phone. And then you can also change the song, same way with the steering wheel or with the back and forward buttons on the screen. One really cool thing that Ford have added into the new screen is the owner's manual. So you can have a read through the manual while you're sitting in your car. So for an example, if you want to head into your vehicle maintenance, you can go categories, vehicle care and maintenance, and you can look at things like the diesel particulate filter and what it is and read through it on the screen. And it's got a few different screens, how it works, and you can sit here and read it. One other cool thing that they have added to these cars is a game section. It does have a sketch pad on it. So when your car is in park, you can use the screen to draw a picture. You can also write things. So if you need to write an important phone number on a phone call, pulling into a car park, popping it into park and quickly sketching it onto your screen. If you need to save that, you can save it with that button down here, which is the tick there, so you can save it. And all of your previous sketches will pop up in your saved. Now the car does also have heaps of different features that you can turn on and off, and you've got this little car in your right hand corner. Clicking that will take you into the car's settings. So to turn on your auto hold, which means that when you're sitting at a traffic light, you can take your foot off of the brake and the car will completely stay still. It won't roll forward or back. You can turn that on with the driver assistance and then turning it on. One thing that is new is your towing features. So when you plug in a trailer, you can go trailer light check and check them without having somebody sitting in the driver's seat with their foot on the brake the entire time. You can do it yourself now. You also have zone lighting. So if you go into your zone lighting, you can turn on particular lights at the front. So when your car's lights are completely off and your car is off, you can turn on particular lights. You can turn on your headlights, you can turn on your backlights, so that when you're out camping and you need just a specific light on, you can do that, and you can control it all from the Ford Pass app as well. In your Wildtrak, you do have park assistance. So with your parking assistance, you can, the car will park itself in a parallel park or in a 90-degree park. It'll use the sensors and all you have to do is change the gears. The screen does also have a particular off-roading screen, so you can see what's happening in front of you, you can see what axles you're using. Otherwise you can turn on the screens around as well. This will also take you into your 360-degree camera. There's lots of different options. You can turn on just the reversing camera. You can turn on the camera that sits at the top of the car to show you exactly what's happening all the way around you. So you can turn on two different modes with your front cameras. You've got your 180 mode, which will give you all the way around that front. Otherwise, you do just have the front camera, which will just give you a small section of the front of the car. So there's two different cameras that you can use with your rear camera. There's just a towing camera, so you can see what's happening just at where your tow bar is. But you can also just turn on your reversing camera. So with this button here, you can lock your rear diff. And this will give you the different angles of your car with your pitch and yaw up here. So there's two different ways that you can go into your 360-degree cameras. You've got a little button sitting in your center console over here. Otherwise, in your controls, you can just click camera up here and head straight into it. But when you do just click camera, you don't get all of those off-roading options that you got when you went through the off-roading screen before. And then just this little controller here will turn off those annoying parking sensors when you're purposely trying to get close to something. So on this same screen, you can also head into your different driving settings with this button here. So this will give you all of the settings that you can change, all of those little nitty-gritty things that are on from factory that you just really don't want. Things like your adaptive cruise control, your lane keeping systems, your blind spot monitoring, all with your driver assistance tab. The car does also have cross traffic alerts, so when you're reversing out maybe onto a main road, it'll tell you what's coming in from your left or your right, and reversing braking assist. So your vehicle settings over here, you can turn on things like My Key. You can also turn off the alarm with your key if the car doesn't sense that a key's in there and a little alarm goes off. You can turn that off with this button over here. You can do things like, if you don't want your mirrors to auto fold when you turn the car off, you can click mirrors to turn that one off just here. When you set up things like your Ford Pass Connect, this is how you can change your settings, how you want your climate control to start, how long you want the car to stay on for, and if you even want that setting on at all, so you can turn that on with the vehicle settings. The car does come with auto high beams that will turn off when it senses a car coming towards it. If you don't like that feature, the lighting button just here will allow you to turn that off. Heading into your general settings, you can turn off things like the touchscreen beep that you've heard the entire way through this video. You can change your temperature unit, you can change your measurement, you can change how you want your tire pressure unit to show, you can change your language, and you can see what sync you are running at the moment. So if it does need an update, you can take it into your local Ford dealer and get it updated. In the display mode, you can turn this screen off if it is really bugging you. Maybe it's at nighttime and it's just a little bit of a distraction. You can go into calm screen and it'll just display the time. So there are also two modes in the screen. There's a dark mode and there's a normal mode. I have this set on dark mode. It's my personal preference, but it does do it automatically if you'd like to, or you can set it onto light mode, which is just a white, which just changes the screen to a white screen. You can set it so it will change it automatically between day and night as well, but my personal preference is that dark mode. The car does come from factory that it will change automatically with your daylight savings. If you're in a place that doesn't have daylight savings, you can turn that off here. The car does come with voice controls that you can control from your steering wheel, so you can speak to your screen. You can have it set that you can, it'll turn on automatically with one word that you say. Maybe it's hello, maybe it's hey Ford, whatever you'd like that to be. You can set that all up with your Ford assistance here. And then if you're struggling to get it to do what you want, it's got a list of commands in your voice command help. So if you click climate, things to say, so it'll do exactly what you want it to say. So set the temperature to 23 degrees Celsius. Set the temperature to 23 degrees Celsius.
Setting temperature to 23 degrees.
So you do have a few options when you're heading into your towing if you are towing a trailer. The car does come with trailer sway control to stop your trailer from swinging out of control, but you can turn that off if you don't want that feature. And then finally, you do have your ambient lighting, which will turn on automatically with the lights. You can turn up and down the brightness as you see fit. So down the bottom of your screen, you do have your dual climate control. So you can control it from the buttons underneath the screen, but it is really cool to be able to control them from the screen as well. Your heated seat function is just here, and you do need to swipe it up to turn those seats on and swiping it down to get them back off. When you are driving, if you want to turn on specific zones for your climate control, it'll move it up to the full screen. So then you can turn on those different zones as you need them. You do have a max AC button as well. If it's really hot in the summertime, you're climbing into a hot car with a full leather interior, max AC will just blast it. It is dual climate control as well, so you can have the driver set to a nice 24 degrees and the passenger set to 18 degrees. To control the power of your fan, you do have this little fan button here, and then swiping up and down will turn on how high and how low you want those fans running. There is limitations to what you can access when you're driving or when you're parked in the car. So if there's something that I've shown you in this video that you can't use, maybe try popping your car into park and seeing if that will help. And sometimes it's even just things like having your foot on the brake will change what you can and can't use while you're using the screen. It's just driver safety features to make sure that you're not using too many features and being and are too distracted when you do have such a large screen inside of your car. If you have any other questions about how to use your Ranger, don't forget to leave them in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe. We have lots of new videos coming out on how to use the new range of our new next generation Ranger.